everybody. I'm your favorite sports analyst, Jamar McKeel with
James Jurowitz.
and y'all finna get served with J&J Sports episode 37. James, how you feeling this morning, man?
I feel fantastic this morning, and I just want to announce to everybody, I just recently graduated from University of Houston downtown.
Yeah.
Communications media. So
Okay, yeah, shout out to my boy, getting it done. Before we get started, y'all, like always, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe on all our topics, all our videos. We got some bangers for y'all this morning. And last but not least, I want to shout out my boy, Sons of Royalty. Make sure y'all get y'all mugs from him. The link will be in the description. But, yeah, man, let's do it, man. So the first thing we got up is UFC boxing. So Leon Edwards, he defends to keep his title of the welterweight champion against Colby Covington this past Saturday. Man, he took care of business, James. Not only to remain a champ, but also beat the disrespect out of Colby when he was talking about his father. Did you see this fight, man?
I did, yeah. And just in general, that's more than uncalled for to talk about somebody else's family like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
his father, he didn't really have anything to do with this fight, so to even bring him up,
was just like that's uncalled for. And I guess I get it, some fighters, they try to hit below, for the entertainment, but I don't think that's any source of like entertainment. Like it's a line that you don't cross. So he definitely crossed that line. I'm surprised he didn't try to, you know what I mean? Some people don't know how to handle certain things like that. So
Yeah, I know. I think it was during the weigh-in or something like that. He had threw a full water bottle at him, kind of in retaliation. But I mean, really, he would have been in the right to do a lot worse than just throw a water bottle. So.
Definitely. So kudos to him for kind of keeping his mindset on the fight. Like, okay, I'm gonna show you in this fight. So, but yeah, man, the first question to get us started, man, how important was this fight for Leon to defend his title?
I think this was very important, and he backed it up. He defended his title the way that he should.
Yeah,
I feel like.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you, man. I think it was very important because he had to do it for his dad, man. Honestly, as a tribute to kind of say like, hey, dad, man, your son a champion. We're gonna remain a champion in this league. So, man, his strategy was amazing. If we kind of just get into the highlights of this game, man, he had a mean left hook. Leon had early in the fight against him. We kind of missed it, but like once they showed it in slow motion, I'm like, oh yeah, he was definitely hitting him with that left hook. And then I ain't gonna lie, Covington kind of had like a half body slam on Leon later in that fight. I kind of seen that, but man, this was all Leon, honestly, man. This was all him. He had a lot of pros, man. He had some good hits. He seemed to be more confident in this fight to me, James. It seemed like Covington was kind of timid a little bit, a little scared. I feel like, Leon was just calm and he kind of knew, like, he had his strategy ready. Like, he was ready,
I know Covington's specialty is wrestling, so that's probably how we had saw that body slam there. And he had said that he was going to go into it and try to grapple or wrestle him.
Yeah.
Was kind of the way that he was going to win. But, I mean, considering the way that Edwards was able to turn it around and kind of use his own strength against him, I thought that was interesting.
Oh, sure. Yeah, man. Definitely. And he just had a better rhythm, man. Just a good rhythm to his fighting and the way he was wrestling with him. And then if we kind of just go into Colby's cons, man, he took too many kick hits, man. I don't know if you've seen the back of his leg, right leg, it was real bruised up. Kind of when they showed the scene, man. Did you notice that?
I did, yeah. And this is something kind of we were talking about before the show, but leg kicks seem to be kind of a big tactic now with UFC.
Yeah.
And that's not something that we saw like 5-10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But they're effective, it seems like.
Oh yeah, man. And it's not really often, but like, every once in a while, once they get into it, it's very effective. And it's kind of hard to not get kicked, when you're trying to. But nah, man, that and then kind of he just fought with a lack of confidence. Like I said a little bit earlier, he was just real jumpy. It didn't seem like he was calm or really had a strategy. So, yeah. And then the second question, man, what do you think Leon's tactic was in this fight to you?
Well, I think Leon's tactic, aside from just the legs in general, was to just overwhelm Covington. Because
Yeah.
I guess maybe with that wrestling background and that wrestling focus that Covington has, it's like, no, we're not gonna. This isn't gonna be a wrestling match. I'm gonna pound you. I'm gonna kick you, and I'm going to win this fight. And
Yeah.
just judging by the things that was said before the fight, even. I mean, of course he's gonna be angry. You
Oh,
know.
definitely, man. And honestly, I think his strategy was just to beat up that right leg. I could see him kind of kicking at that same leg. It looked real bruised up, man. And he had a good defensive strategy as well. Um, yeah, really a good defensive strategy. He wasn't you know, letting them get to him. Getting open looks or anything like that. So
A quote from Edwards after the fight. He said, "The fight was very emotional for me. The guy used my dad's death as entertainment. Um, his murder as entertainment. It took me a lot to calm down, stay focused, and come into this fight."
yeah, man.
And
So kudos to him. Like I said, not only for defending his title, but to keep that mindset of, okay, positivity. And that that's hard. For a lot of players. But man, kudos to him. Y'all let us know how y'all feel about just Leon and UFC and who he's fighting next. Honestly, um, so as far as Covington, man, I mean, is this gonna haunt him? These words, or like, what do you think's gonna happen with him?
well, aside from all of the horrible stuff that he said, which that's going to follow him the rest of his life. That's
Yeah,
not going anywhere. That's
yeah,
going to be on websites and
yeah.
up on YouTube for everybody to see. But
Hmm.
I mean, Dana White after the fight, he said that Covington looked slow and old, and said he was inactive,
Yeah,
and that he was both out wrestled and also like just destroyed by those leg kicks. And for the head of the UFC to come out and say something like that, I mean that's pretty
yeah.
harsh
Oh
considering
yeah,
like to
man.
call a fighter slow and old. And I know a lot of it had to do with the fact that he's now in his 30s, and he
Yeah,
was saying that this is not a business that waits for you, and that your window is very short.
right.
So I'm curious if Covington's going to be able to come back around and shake it all off. He said that he had a long layoff, and he thinks it was just a little ring rust, but it seemed like it was more than that. I mean, he created his own distraction before the fight by opening his mouth.
Oh yeah, man. You already kind of messed up. But nah, honestly, to me, yeah, he definitely got to work on his mentality, as far as everything. Do you think he should do like a public apology or anything, or should it just be
Yes, I
get
think
it out?
so. But that's just like my own sensibilities.
Yeah,
I don't think that people should be going around and saying things like saying something so hurtful like that. I mean, there's no room for it.
yeah,
But
man. So I agree with you. He definitely needs to do a public apology, or maybe one, if he won't do the public, do something privately. But yeah, something has to be done for that. Y'all let us know how y'all feel. Should he do an apology? Y'all let us know in the comment section how y'all feel. But we're gonna get into the next